Hello everyone, and welcome to another What I Think review. So today I will be reviewing the 10th Doctor in the Tuxedo figure. I have finally got hold of it. So it's a very good looking figure, I have to say. It is one that I know many people have wanted for years. It's not a figure that I was particularly bothered about getting, but I have to say now we've got it. It's great to see it, and it certainly does pose some interesting points which I will raise in this video. So let's start off by looking at the box. Now obviously I always like to look at the box because you never know what you're going to find on there. Standard box really, no different to any other collector's figures. Obviously we've got information about the 10th Doctor, and then obviously the episode, or one of the episodes, because obviously it appeared in multiple ones, that this outfit appeared in, but obviously they're going for Voyage of the Damned, and we've obviously got his famous quote from Voyage of the Damned. Yeah, it's a nicely presented figure. I have to say, as much as I liked the opening doors, you know, version of like the Time of the Doctor set, I do like you know, a nice elaborate box like that, and you've got more information. I have to say, just as releasing figures, I really like this way of packaging them, because the old bubble style packs, I'll call them, were all right, but they were fine to hang on pegs, but there was just something about them that just doesn't look right when you're displaying them. I'm not overly sure what it is. I like the box. I like the box idea. It makes them easy to store, and it also makes them it rounds it off nicely. It keeps it nice and square, and it means you haven't got odd shapes on display. I've just noticed there's a sticker on the side of this. I don't know what that means. H1033, is that perhaps? Maybe this is number 1033, I don't know. Anyway, but so yes, that is a box. Let's get on to looking at the figure himself. And I am once again gonna have to move the camera in. I really need to work on better editing for these videos. At the moment I am in temporary recording locations, so I don't have the editing suites that I have normally, but I will endeavour to do that in future. But anyway, onto the figure. So let's start off with articulation. So legs, obviously normal leg articulation, hand articulation, which is good to see on a 10th Doctor figure. A lot of the early 10th Doctor figures had fixed hands. It's nice to see them. Obviously elbows. Bicep swivel on a 10th Doctor. I bet you never thought you'd end up seeing that. And also, now you see, okay, let's come back to that. And also, as I was saying, we have a ball joint in the shoulder. Obviously, new sonic screwdriver mold as well. Hopefully the camera's going to track in on this. It doesn't look like it wants to. But yeah, new sonic screwdriver mold. A closed version compared to the previous open version. Very nice. I very much like the way that they've put that together, and it obviously does fit nice and neatly inside the hand. The shirt front is very well sculpted. It's quite hard to get this on camera again. I'm in limited space. It's very nicely sculpted, and obviously we've got some pinstriping on there as well. Now the head. Some people had said there was a bit of what's the word? Not conflict, but confusion over this as to whether it was a new head sculpt or not. Some people said, oh yes, it's a new head sculpt. Other people said, no, it's the end of time sculpt without the glasses. Now, I actually have my own custom version of the 10th Doctor here, which has the non-glasses version of the end of time head sculpt, and I think you can already see the significant differences in that. And obviously this one is customized. I have filled in I've taken the glasses off and I've filled in the sides with Milliput and repainted the hair. But again, just looking at them side by side, you can already see how different they are. This is definitely a new head sculpt, and I will be honest, I prefer this one. It's a good head sculpt, interesting choice of eyebrows. It's not a bad likeness, but there is just something about this one that I think looks best. This one just looks a little bit too rounded to me. And this one has the more sort of thin, angular features of David Tennant, and I think that does work best. Now, this is the point at which I would actually probably finish this review. However, I'm going to go back to something that just happened a moment ago when I tried to move the arm. Now, most people, again I'm having to adjust the camera, most people probably wouldn't show you this kind of thing in a review, and I will be honest, normally I wouldn't expect this to happen. I would expect this to happen on a 3 3/4 inch figure. I would not expect it to happen on a 5 inch, and just to replay what happened, obviously he's got ball joints in his arms, see that arm's alright, but I thought, oh, I'll just move the ball joint in this arm, and now I don't know whether this peg, I have to say, actually looking at it, that peg looks slightly deformed to me, so that could be a factory error perhaps. Which, okay, fair enough. If it's a factory error, these things happen. You know what? Actually, I'm willing to let that one go. But there is a part of me that wants to say this is slightly the problem that I have with the CO figures. This is a great looking figure. It's definitely one I would recommend going out and buying. Looking at that peg, I think I've definitely got a factory defect there, so I shouldn't hold that against CO. But quality control are two watchwords that I think CO needs to pay a bit more attention to, and maybe it's just me. Let's bring the box back in. Maybe it's just me, but that kind of proved my point there about character options and their quality control. They really need to be a bit more careful and cautious about these things. And I know, you know, I know these figures aren't expensive. If I was paying a lot for them, it wouldn't be such an issue, but you've got to bear in mind that as a collector, I'm going to be picky about these things. That's fair enough. But put yourself in the mindset of a young child, or even a middle-aged child who gets this for a birthday present. Oh, brilliant! 10th Doctor in Tuxedo. Take it out of the box. They start playing with it. Oh, look, move his arms, and that happens. I mean, that's a real disappointment, for a kid. I mean, suddenly they've got a new toy and they think they've broken it. Obviously, you can just pop it back on, but it's not the point. The point is that shouldn't happen when you just try to move his arm. So yeah, I was actually, I have to say, really looking forward to reviewing this figure. Think it's a great figure. Definitely going to give it good marks. But it's unfortunately things like that happens in reviews that you just kind of look at it and think, yeah, I was really looking forward to this, and now I am slightly disappointed. But yeah, so that is the 10th Doctor in Tuxedo figure. These are purely my opinions on it. I still recommend that you go out and buy it. It makes a great display piece. As I said, it looks like I've just got a factory error. Sod's law, it happens to me. Don't let that put you off buying it. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, favourite, subscribe, share, it really helps me a lot, and be sure to check out the description below for a link to my Patreon. There is an exclusive webcomic and rewards for people who support it, and the funding generated by my Patreon helps me fund future videos. I salute you all, and I will see you with another video very soon.